not forget who tore down victims of sexual assault when this came out. I did not forget what bloggers and what blogs and what platforms felt like.
Talk to y'all because Kaalan Walker has been found guilty. Kaalan Walker has been found guilty. There are people celebrating. You got Kaylani already up talking shit. All kind of shit like that. Let me actually go read what she said.
And Millie's still sticking to her story. And so
I hate that.
She's still sticking to her story because she said that on her page today, and so that whole situation was confusing to me. If I was Jane Doe, I wouldn't have said anything in the first place, because in a sense it was still sexual assault.
So do you think that when Millie did the interview, do you think when she did her commentary alongside the interview, do you feel like she was coercing the crowd to believe her version of events versus Jean's version of events?
Yeah. But that's Millie, though. Millie has that hard demeanor to where you would retract your statement, basically. So
that made me retract my statement. No disrespect.
Yeah.
Chad just started talking to me. And so I'm like, man, I'm so high, I want to take a nap. So at some point, it transitions from a regular conversation to a sort of propositioning to have sex. And so I'm like, I made it clear early in the conversation that that's not what I want to do. I was like,
please listen, because this is key in why she feels like she was assaulted. She said earlier in the night, she had said that she was not trying to have sex. Okay?
I was like,
please listen, because this is key in why she feels like she was assaulted.
And so I'm like, I made it clear early in the conversation that that's not what I want to do.
So, I'm standing with the victims of a serial rapist who I knew personally to be aggressive, dangerous, and twisted. He was released on bail and is back shooting photography of people. How he started assaulting folks in the first place, many of which whom were minors. And his case is still open. And now...
Hello?
So I'm not sure how many people seen the sex tapes because I've seen them.
Okay.
I seen that in Millie's Discord. She had showed the sex tapes, and it was like a lot of pictures that the chicks had.
So you wait a minute, wait. So who have a tape out? Who tape?
Kaalan, there's all these different sex tapes of him with these girls.
Okay, so where did you see that? Where do you watch all these tapes?
Millie had showed them on Mom's Radio in her Discord.
Oh my gosh. So how many tapes?
I mean, it's several.
Several
it's
tapes?
Multiple.
Okay, was it more than 20? Was it more than 10?
They're videos, and it was different folders that they were in.
Oh my
gosh. It was pictures. So you could tell this was okay, so say I'm planning to hook up with you, right? So I send you a bunch of pics of my body and what I look like in that. And then some of them, they were they were looking dead at the camera, giving him head and all this kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
These girls, I'm only speaking on the videos that I've seen. Those girls definitely didn't look like they were cursed in anything or they were raped.
Okay.
They were riding, they were on.
Okay, so.
Also, while we're talking about Millie, are you aware of Millie allegedly distributing those videos for Kaalan?
Yep.
Okay,
and she took it right.
Down?
But I absolutely saw videos that showed consensual interactions, point blank, period. If it's dropped, I would love to see what the fuck Kaalan got to say. I would love to see what all of these different people have to say. I would love it. I would love it. And once again, who was right there saying, well, listen, it may not be what it seems. Who in the fuck got the short end of the stick and told I need to get my woman card revoked? Who was that? Bitch, girl, don't play by me, bitch. So guess what? Every outlet, starting with the Shade Room, that made that fucking post in 2018 that ruined that boy life. I hope y'all ass go and put a post up there and say y'all was wrong. If they would have felt like he was guilty of every rape, he would have got charged with every one, and he didn't. Because there was more than 7 charges. There were more than 7 women. So that makes that a fact. Kaalan, even inserting herself and commenting on this, doesn't change anything. Because unless Kaalan was found guilty for raping the women that you were petitioning for, you still don't have a point. Just because he was found guilty, that does not change that the women that you were reposting, the bitch, he was not found guilty for raping them. So that stands the same. You know? I get confused because I feel like if I were a guy, I would honestly think she wanted to have sex with me. If she told me earlier in the night, man, no, stop. But I went in the room and I'm rubbing on her, touching on her, and she don't say nothing. And I'm feeling on her. And I go under her clothes. And I say, oh, you this and that. And I'm picking up body language or whatever else that seems like you want to do it. Am I going to feel like you don't? And
so at some point, it transitions from a regular conversation to a sort of like propositioning to have sex. And so I'm like, I made it clear early in the conversation that that's not what I want to do.